Welcome back to this first carrier update. Donny has rejoined us, but I'm filling in for Tony, so we'll eventually get the full crew one of these days. But a lot of stuff going on here, not only in, of course, the digital brokerage world, but looking at our van outbound tender volume.
Owner-operators that talk to you on the phone, they don't like the digital brokerage world. That could be part of the struggle that they didn't think about. But speaking of owner-operators, let's look in at Drive-In. And here we see volumes are just slightly building right back up here, just a little bit as we cross over this second half of October. We're getting to a kind of a critical point in the month. We're getting in those last 2 weeks. A lot of times in the back half of the month, you see demand start to build up. Rejection rates may start to grow. October's still a pretty tough month here, but now is the time that these carriers need to start pushing to get the rates back up and putting those shippers under pressure. Right now, they're not under a lot of pressure. And if they're not under a lot of pressure, they're not going to pay more. So as we go through the rest of this month, they need to start keeping that upward pressure because we're going to be into November next. And right now, all that freight's moving right now that needs to be on those shelves by the 1st of November. And Tony and I talked a lot about this. We've seen more and more shippers or retail stores push their sales up. It used to be Black Friday. Now it was a week before, 2 weeks before. We've already had Amazon start their Amazon days. And if you still go on Amazon, it's no longer the Amazon Prime days, but you see a lot of big deals. They keep emailing out. I keep getting emails on my phone, oh, Amazon, for 30% off, 40% off. So they're trying to get the funds you'll be spending on Christmas, they're trying to get them right now. So this might push this freight bubble a little bit further forward into October a little bit more. So that could, instead of having a big bump here at the end, it may kind of elongate that to where the demand starts now.
Well, it feels like there's a big incentive as well. Everyone talks about inventories and how do you get rid of it? You discount it. And so now we're thinking, well, we used to wait till Black Friday. It's this weird arms race. So you would say that could lead to a situation where when we look at historically, we see the bump around like the beginning to the middle part of November leading up to actual Christmas. We could see an earlier bump depending upon how much everyone buys. Donny, have you done your part?
I have no idea what I am doing for Christmas. We have not made it to Halloween or Thanksgiving yet. I will worry about Christmas probably about December 15th. Let's go to the next chart here. So looking at lead times, this is what's going on in the world of the shippers. We see it slightly elevated, but it's rolling back down. It's normally around about that 2.5, 2.4 area. So with it trending down right now, that kind of lets us know that shippers are not under pressure, but they are. Here's the funny part, with them pushing it forward, pushing it upward in October, it may not because they're under pressure, they might be counteracting and fighting against the ability for carriers to push those prices up. So they start booking their freight a little bit earlier, and now there's nothing to go over to the spot boards. None, everything, the earlier you book a load, sometimes the cheaper rate, unless that carrier course falls off same day. So I think they're counteracting here, trying to keep that downward pressure on rates, which is going to make it really tough for the spot market rates to push up over this holiday period. And of course, we'll show you spot market rates here on our third segment of how they're trending down. So there's a lot of downward pressure in the market that's really hurting these carriers on the spot market.
So right now, given how low rates are, lead time doesn't really feel like it matters because you can still get a good deal. If I'm a carrier, do I need to start calling even earlier? Got about 30 seconds left to try and snag it, or should I be paying attention if it just bumps again?
Right now, you need to be snagging every bit of freight that you can snag. And that's unfortunate because if you're a carrier, you need to keep your trucks running. Of course, you need to, obviously you want a certain price to keep it above that. But really right now with volumes a little bit lower and the cutthroatness that's going on in the markets, you need to be getting all the freight you can to keep your drivers moving so they don't quit and go to another company.
Exactly, Donny. Thank you so much for this first care update. A lot of stuff to unpack, but we got 3 more segments to keep unpacking. Christmas came early, folks. Gonna be tossing it over to Kaylee Nix for a look at our top stories.